Good evening. Oh, sorry. Good evening, everyone. It is 5:04 p.m. and I call this public meeting to order. I want to thank everyone who is joining us this evening. If you would like to make a public comment on the items listed under closed session agenda, please listen carefully to the directions provided by the clerk. Ms. Elizondo?
Public hearing for visitors who wish to address the board on closed session items. 15 minutes of this portion of the meeting are reserved for members of the public to address the board on closed session items. Speakers seeking to comment on other items are requested to make those comments during the public comment portion of the meeting at 6:30 p.m. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. The school board is prohibited by law from taking action on matters discussed that are not on the agenda, and no adverse conclusion should be drawn if the school board does not respond to public comment at this time. If you wish to address the board on an item included in this section of the agenda, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining us remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. We will allow speakers from the audience to address the board in the order they appear on our screen. Comments provided via email will be read after the live comments. President Salazar, we do not have participants who wish to address the board at this time, and we do not have any comments submitted in writing for this portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Seeing none, hearing none, I close this public hearing and adjourn to closed session to discuss items 1A through 1D. The board will reconvene at the conclusion of closed session. Good evening, everyone. It is 7:13 p.m. and I call this regular board meeting to order. Welcome to tonight's board meeting. I want to welcome the media and everyone just joining us in person via Zoom. We ask those joining us this evening to please silence any electronic devices not linked to this meeting. If you would like to make a public comment, please listen carefully to the direction provided by the clerk at the opening of each public comment period. Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, staff, and members of the public, I'd like to remind you of our vision and our mission. Our vision states that Madera Unified will set the standard for hard work, creativity, and resiliency with a fearless drive to continuously improve. And our mission states that we're committed to creating and sustaining a culture enabling Madera Unified students to experience an unparalleled educational journey that is intellectually, socially, and personally transformative. That's the nature of our work this evening, and I'm almost off camera. Dang it.
Thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Mrs. Elizondo, call roll.
Trustee Ahmad.
Here.
Trustee Cortez.
Here.
Trustee Dybert.
Here.
Trustee Fleek.
Here.
Trustee Seibert.
Here.
Clerk Mendoza.
Here.
And President Salazar.
Here. Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Trustee Dybert, would you please lead us in a flag salute?
Ready, salute.
Thank you, Trustee Dybert, I apologize. Tonight's scheduled invocation will be provided by Pastor Halls of the 4th Street Church of Madera. I invite Pastor Halls to the podium, please.
All right, thank you. It's good to be with you all tonight. Let's pray. Jesus, we are so thankful that you say, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I'll give you rest. For I'm gentle and I'm humble in heart, and you'll find rest for your souls." And so, Jesus, we thank you that that's your invitation, that's your heart. And so I just thank you for all the administrators, the teachers, the staff, all the people who put so much work into raising and educating and caring for our youth. And so I know there are moments and days and weeks and seasons where they're tired and they're exhausted. And so I pray that they would press on, they would persevere, and they would continue to find rest in you and you alone, Jesus. We love you. In your strong name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Hawes. Closed session reportable actions, Superintendent Lyle.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and members of the board, we have no reportable actions tonight from closed session.
Thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Adoption of the agenda, Mrs. Elizondo.
Action to add or delete items from any portion of the agenda or to discuss any consent agenda items must be taken prior to the adoption of the agenda.
Superintendent Lyle, does staff have items to add or remove from the agenda?
President Salazar, we do not this evening.
Thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Trustees, do you have items to add or delete from the agenda? Trustee Dybert?
I don't. Thank you.
Trustee Ahmad?
No.
Trustee Cortez?
I do not.
Trustee Fleek?
None, thank you.
Trustee Seibert?
No.
Clerk Mendoza?
No.
Trustees, trustees, do you have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda as presented? Please state your name and when making the motion and second the motion.
Clerk Mendoza, I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Trustee Fleek, I'll second.
It has been moved by Clerk Mendoza and second by Trustee Fleek to adopt the agenda as presented. Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board for the record.
Trustee Ahmad,
Yes.
Trustee Cortez,
Yes.
Trustee Dybert,
Yes.
Trustee Fleek,
Yes.
Trustee Seibert,
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza,
Yes.
and President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar accounted 7 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Communications, public hearing for visitors who wish to speak on subject not on our board agenda. Ms. Elizondo?
15 minutes of this portion of the meeting are reserved for members of the public to address the board on items not listed on the agenda and within the jurisdiction of the school board. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. If the subject is an item on the agenda, the board president has the option of asking the speaker to hold a comment until that item is called. Comments on items listed as a public hearing on the agenda should be held until the hearing is opened. The school board is prohibited by law from taking actions on matters discussed that are not on the agenda, and no adverse conclusion should be drawn if the school board does not respond to public comment at this time. If you wish to address the board on an item not on the board agenda, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach the podium or they appear on our screen. Comments provided in writing will be read after the live comments. President Salazar, we do not have participants who wish to address the board at this time, and we do not have any comments submitted in writing for this portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Seeing or hearing no one, I close the public hearing. At 6:45 p.m., public hearing for the adoption of preliminary environmental assessments, PA reporting for King Hussein in school site. Ms. Elizondo.
If you wish to address the board on this item, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach the podium or they appear on our screen. Comments provided in writing will be read after the live comments. President Salazar, we do not have any participants who wish to address the board at this time, and we do not have any comments submitted in writing.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Seeing or hearing no one, I close the public hearing at 7:20 p.m. Information reports, union time. At this time, I invite the presidents of unions to address the board. Mr. Holder, would you like to address the board? Thank you, Mr. Holder. Item number 8, superintendent's time.
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and members of the board, I do have some remarks this evening. I'll try to keep them brief and stick to the script, but this time of year, as you are well aware, Our maintenance and operations staff works really, really hard. Our ground staff works really hard to bring our schools up to the status of opening. And during this heat, I want to just say a special thank you to all of them for the hard work they're doing to help all of us be ready to receive our students. We receive them very early, as we all hear, in August 7th. And so there is quite a bit of work to do between now and then, and they've been really working very, very hard. I want to also give the board and the public a little bit of an update on our trip to Oaxaca. Ms. Sissel, Ms. Ochoa, Ms. Mendoza, their assistant, Mary Jane, Liz Maria, the maestras that went with us, the residents, Mr. Lopez, Mr. Hernandez, Ms. Riche, our partners from ISET, Margarita and Guillermo, and the wonderful people of Oaxaca, Lily and Fernando, and all the teachers and leaders, professors and scholars and elected officials in the city, the schools, the universities, they all opened their doors, and everyone worked hard to make this happen. We were welcomed with a parade through the middle of Ciudad de Oaxaca. A small guelaguetza of music and dance was performed. We visited elementary schools, preparatory schools, 2 universities, ancient ruins, villages, and natural wonders to really understand such an amazing place. Last week, Travel and Leisure magazine named its top 25 cities to visit in all the world, and Ciudad de Oaxaca was number 1. We actually know why. We were there. The arts, the culture, the learning, the hospitality all prove the point. And our veteran teachers, administrators, and most importantly, our residents who will be teaching, hopefully with us for an entire career, all learn things that will change our educational careers forever. Thank you to Associate Superintendent Sissel for the vision and Director Ochoa and her team for partnering with ISET to make this happen. Exchange programs such as this that housed our residents for 3 weeks are open to Madera Unified School District and our city, and it's my hope that we strengthen these ties for years to come. And I appreciate all the help that Mr. Lopez gave us in navigating things for the 3 weeks that he spent down there supporting our residents. Also, I want to share with the board and the general public and our trip. Assistant Superintendent of Leadership Rodriguez and I were able to visit the National Council for Education and the Economy's really small leadership get-together in San Diego. We were only there for 2 nights. We really were appreciative of the help that Liz Maria and Janice Case and several others helped to get us there. And we met with superintendents and cabinet leaders from all around the nation, all engaged in re-engineering their school systems. They're taking really big swings at this, just like we are. And we learned about the efforts to reimagine the role of the principal and other site leadership positions. And we exchanged information regarding successful practices from around the nation and beyond. Both Mr. Rodriguez and I learned some timely lessons ahead of our retreat and academy that will shape the year ahead. So thank you for that opportunity. I also want to share with the board that we had our strategic executive cabinet retreat. I want to thank Liz and Maria and Veronica Lopez, the wonderful wife of Area Assistant Superintendent Lopez, and once again, Ms. Rock and also Ali Rocco. They all helped us have a really outstanding 2 days. We made enchiladas de Oaxaqueñas without a recipe as an analogy to understand this transitional moment in public education wherein the past script has proven insufficient. Veronica, the lovely wife of Area Assistant Superintendent Lopez, provided expert level education to all of us and our good friend Ms. Rock as we prepared a luncheon for about 70 people from maintenance and operations and grounds and for our DLI residents and mentor teachers. We shared our experiences and celebrated our support staff in royal style. The next day, Ms. Rocco hosted us at MTech, where we engaged in discussions about the future of education and how to think differently. Traditional levels of expectation and comfort are insufficient to meet the 21st century's needs. We tried to understand how modern times impact our students and at what cost. We tried to understand the future iterations of American education that are forming all around the nation and crafting a vision for the future. We tried to uncover the most important factors at the core of international best practices and educator professionalism. We also went to Roger Rockets, and I want to thank the board for that opportunity. I want to thank Liz and Maria and Dan Pisano and Brandon Gillis. They all combined to develop a delicious menu and inspire an artistic musical program that featured a Stallion alum who will also be joining Madera Unified as a dramatic literacy teacher. She was amazing. We discussed the transition away from compliance and accountability to ownership and commitment. And innovations occur when educators feel safe to take healthy risks and find their creative space and capacity. And they need to collaboratively own their results. Our teachers have been high achievers in their lives, as have our leaders, and trust is a key ingredient at this point in our development, and we intend to inspire it. And then finally, I want to share with the board that we had our administrative academy at Torres. Mr. Rodriguez, our area assistant superintendents, along with Lorena, Veronica, Gloria, and Sabrina Rodriguez, all helped to host this event at Torres. Mr. Rodriguez worked with Mr. Lopez, Mr. Carrasco, and Ms. Gassett, who just joined, to select site leaders who have shown high levels of ownership and commitment in a wide variety of areas. We practice the old maxim that you never learn better than when you teach. And in this case, the leaders led leaders. In collaborative groups, our administrators led their peers to socially construct their own knowledge and develop their collective capacity around PLC processes, observations and evaluations, student discipline and investigations, instructional leadership, and our EL master plan implementation. Learning from peers, when well constructed and led, is a powerful mode for professional development. We can expect to see it in our schools where we know teachers can teach teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Lyle. Consent agenda, Mrs. Elizondo?
Items listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and are acted on by the Board of Trustees in one motion. There is no discussion of these items prior to the board vote unless a member of this board or staff requests specific items be considered and discussed separately and/or removed from the consent agenda prior to the adoption of the agenda. It is understood that the administration recommends approval on all consent items. Each item on the consent agenda approved by the Board of Trustees shall be deemed to have been considered in full and adopted as recommended.
I now open the consent agenda for public comment. Mrs. Elizondo?
If you wish to address the board on an item list included in this section of the agenda, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reaction window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach the podium or they appear on our screen. Comments provided in writing will be read after the live comments.
Thank you, Ms.
President Salzer, we do not have participants who wish to address the board at this time and no items submitted in writing for this portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. See no one come forward, I close public comment. I now entertain a motion to move approve the consent agenda. State your name when making the motion and second the motion.
Trustee Ahmad, make a motion to approve.
Excuse me.
Yes, okay. Trustee Ahmad, make a motion to approve consent agenda as stated.
Hold on a minute, Trustee Ahmad. Superintendent Lyle, do you have any staff of want to remove or add to the consent agenda?
No, sir. No, ma'am.
Okay. Trustees, do you want to add or remove anything from the consent agenda? Trustee Dybert? That was for
I don't.
for the adoption of the agenda. But on the consent agenda, Trustee Dybert?
No.
I don't.
Okay. Trustee Ahmad?
No.
Trustee Cortez?
No.
Trustee Freak?
No.
Trustee Seibert?
No.
Trustee Clerk Mendoza?
Yes, based because of the fact that it's on the consent agenda, I'd like to pull out 9.C.1, which is the Madera Adult School courses for a short discussion later during our meeting. It'd be 9C at 1, Madera Adult School courses for 2023 to 2024.
Okay, we want to move it to
Move it to,
new business.
yes, President Salazar, we could do that.
Move it to new business 10A, 10B.
We just added in.
New business, we could add it to business 10B.
I think what we could do is when we reach the new business, we could just call the same number, 9C1. A review.
We're going to move item 9CA1, adult courses, to new business after 10A1. I now entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda with the adjustment of 9CA1. State your name when making the motion and second the motion.
Clerk Mendoza, aye. Sorry.
That
Clerk Mendoza.
Trustee Ahmad, because he was making the first. Go ahead.
Should go.
Okay, go ahead, Trustee Ahmad, because you were starting your first motion.
Trustee Ahmad, make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the modification 9C1 to be removed and
Later discussion.
related to, yeah.
Do I have a second by a trustee? Trustee Dybert? Thank
I
you.
second that.
Thank you. It has been moved by Trustee Ahmad and second by Trustee Dybert to approve the consent agenda with the adjustment of moving item 9CA1 regarding the adult courses for 23-24 to new business. There is one resolution in the consent agenda. Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board for the record.
Trustee Ahmad,
Yes.
Trustee Cortez,
I will abstain.
Trustee Dybert,
Yes.
Trustee Fleek,
Yes.
Trustee Seibert,
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza,
Yes.
and President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar, I counted 6 ayes, 0 nays, 1 abstention, and 0 absent.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Superintendent Lau, do you have any administrative announcements?
I do, President Salazar. This is a really exciting time because we have several people in the audience that we get to introduce to the board, a couple for the first time and some in new positions. So I'd first like to introduce a vice principal for Thomas Jefferson Middle School. This gentleman joins us having most recently served in administrative capacity in Stockton Unified. And we felt really good to have an opportunity to bring someone of his caliber on board. He's looking to relocate to the San Joaquin Valley, and he joins a really proud tradition at Thomas Jefferson, Mr. Jose Cortez. Senor, if you would please.
Testing 1, 2, testing. All right, good evening, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, and Superintendent Lau. My name is Jose Cortez. I'm here this evening to express my gratitude for the opportunity to positively impact our community of Madera, our schools, and our children, and to guide them on the way to prosperity and to improve our society here in the United States and across the globe. I was born and raised in the Central Valley of California. In the year 2004, my senior year in high school, I applied to my #1 university of choice, University of California, Davis. On my statement of purpose, I assured in stating that I aspire in achieving a high-quality education in order to give back to my community, just like my teachers positively influenced and educated me. I believe home is where the heart is, and the Central Valley is my home. We believe, my leadership team and I, as a vice principal at Thomas Jefferson Middle School, that we will rise to the Patriot way. We are committed and demonstrated respect, integrity, safety, and excellence. I look forward to a great year of high expectations and quality education. Thank you all once again, and have a wonderful evening. Go Patriots!
There's a lot of us in the room who know the Patriot tradition really well. We're going to be watching. Go Patriots is right. I'd also like to introduce a new vice principal for Madera High School. The members of the public who are out there in Zoom land may remember that we recently lost a quality vice principal to a local district who offered her the opportunity to be a principal, which gave us the opportunity to hire someone of exceptional quality that many of us in the room have had the pleasure of working with, and we know and trust not only her skill, but her character and her heart. She is one of the true princesses of our district, Ms. Christy Prince. I could even say
Now
I
you've
could-
just embarrassed me.
I could even say nicer things if I really wanted to, but
No,
you
thank
don't
you.
want me to.
I don't. Thank you, though. Good evening, Board President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, Board Trustees, and Superintendent Lyle. I am so honored to be here this evening, and I'm excited for the opportunity to serve Madera Unified students in a new capacity. Thank you, Mrs. Cosgrove and the Executive Cabinet for entrusting me with the Vice Principal position at Madera High School. I am a proud Coyote alumni and who seeks to continuously improve as an educator and to help all within Madera Unified to write their best story. And part of my story has been the 13 years I have been honored to serve at Madera South High School. My heart is full of gratitude for the colleagues and friends who shaped me, who supported me, who guided me, and who challenged me along that journey. To Mr. Steinmetz and his team, I thank you and I wish you continued success. To Mrs. Cosgrove and her team, or the team I will be part of, again, I thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to growing under your leadership and working alongside you. And last, but certainly not least, I would like to thank my family for their tremendous support. My parents, Bill and Connie, are here with me this evening. And I'm so grateful. They have always supported and encouraged me. And then my brothers and their families and some very close friends are watching via Zoom today. And I'm so blessed to always have them cheering me on. So thank you for your time this evening. And again, for the chance to walk alongside the students of Madera High School as they complete their educational journey within Madera Unified. Thank you.
CCCOYO-TTS. Our next vice principal that we get to the pleasure of announcing this evening is a lady who's put an amazing amount of time, energy, emotion, and love into Martin Luther King Middle School. That was the exact place she wanted to be of all the places that she could be, because she really believed in the mission of the school and in the community. And I think her work over the last several years really proves that. She's ready for this new challenge at Torres High School, where there is an opportunity to replace a good man who we'll be introducing here in a moment. But we have the opportunity tonight to welcome Ms. Kelly Spence to Toro Nation. Ms. Spence.
Hello, Board President, Clerk, and Trustees. I just would like to say that I'm very excited. I've now made my way through all of the pyramids, and I'm super excited to be at Torres. The building is beautiful. The staff is amazing, a lot of which came from MLK, but I'm not bitter. But I'm super excited to take my vision for my educational leadership to Torres and work with an amazing staff. For MLK, I believe that I was shaped to be the educator and the leader that I am by some amazing people there, amazing support staff and amazing families. The community that surrounds MLK is second to none. And though sometimes we get a bad rap because we're on that side of town, I don't think that my family, because we live in the area, would be any better or are the people that they are because of where we live. And I really appreciate all of the people at MLK, and I'm super excited to be at Torres. Horns up.
Horns up. There it is. She's learning. Horns up. Okay, so I want to introduce a program and administrator for special education, and this is a really important role, obviously, and we've done a lot of growing in this respect in the last few years, and we're really trying to more and more value the quality leadership that our program specialists or administrators bring to our principals, the front office, and to the IEP teams that they support. And so it's really a pleasure to be able to bring in a young and passionate and very talented and knowledgeable lady to the district for the very first time to take on such a challenging role, Ms. Vinicia Garcia. Welcome aboard.
Good evening, Board President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, trustees, and Superintendent Lyle. My name is Benicia Garcia, and I'm honored to be granted the opportunity to stand here today. I would like to thank you all for inviting me to join the Madera Unified Community and serve our students and families through my role of program administrator. I'm prepared to collaborate with all educational partners to ensure students are being provided the best education to prepare them for success after leaving our district. My skills, education, and experience has provided me with the foundation necessary to uphold my role and continue to contribute to our district. More importantly, my passion to support the families, students, and staff throughout the community is what makes me a student champion. I'm looking forward to working alongside each and every one of you. Again, thank you for this opportunity.
Benicia, we never want to rob a good school. I know that you put a lot of time and effort into Crescent View, and we don't want to ever rob a really good school, but in this particular case, when we get a chance to get you, we're okay with it. I'd also like to introduce this evening two principals. It's really exciting to be able to announce the principal for John Adams Elementary School. That's a school that holds a really special place in many of our hearts. I started there as a little 5-year-old in 1979, and my parents both worked there. So for a long time, many of us in the room, we know the history of many of our schools because we experienced them as staff, as students, and we know who's been there over the years and led it. I think there's a fine tradition that will be added to and enriched by the innovative and professional mind of Ms. Laura Quiros.
Good evening, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, members of the board, Superintendent Lyle, and distinguished educators, parents, members of our wonderful community. My name is Laura Quiros, and I stand before you today with immense gratitude and a sense of deep responsibility as the new principal of John Adams Elementary School. It is with great honor that I address you all, not just as an educator, but also as a partner in the pursuit of excellence for Madera Unified. I am humbled to take this role, and I recognize the weight of the trust that you've placed in me. I pledge to uphold the mission, vision, and core values of Madera Unified, and that have made this district exceptional. As we move forward together, I promise to work hand in hand with our teachers, our area superintendents, parents, and our community stakeholders to create an environment that fosters learning, growth, and inclusivity for our students. Thank you for believing in me, in our school, in our team, and thank you for the wonderful opportunity. Go All-Stars, right? Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Thank you.
So, yes, thank you. Some of you may recall that Dr. Quiros, who just received her doctorate, congratulations on that, provided a lot of stability and hard work to open MadTech, MTech. And I know it is with great respect and honor that she is celebrated as she leaves, but I know there's just a little bit of bittersweet tears in it too. So congratulations on that really good work and for the hard work that it was to get that started. You're handing off something far healthier since you built it from scratch, and you have a very talented staff to work with. It's going to be fun to see what happens next at John Adams Elementary School. I'd also like to introduce tonight, speaking of proud schools, it is a young and very proud school, and there are two former principals sitting in the audience tonight of Desmond Middle School. Three former principals of Desmond Middle School are sitting in the audience tonight to welcome the new principal of Desmond Middle School, a gentleman who, for many of us, needs very little introduction and has done an amazing job supporting the transition of teachers and staff and students from Madera South to Torres when it opened. He provides an amazing amount of support and heart and character to all of those who he's around. And I know he's a loss for Torres, but a gain for Desmond, and ultimately a gain for the district, Mr. Brad Hulk. Mr. Hulk, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Lyle, staff, and distinguished guests. I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. I'm excited about this coming year at Desmond Middle School. The past 7 years have prepared me for this time, 4 of which were underneath the leadership of Horacio Rodriguez, and the last 3 under the leadership of Sabrina Rodriguez. Thank you to the both of you, and also Amy Anderson for one part of a year during COVID, but thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for, even more so, thank you for your friendship during the process of teaching me how to be a better leader. I appreciate it. I look forward to the opportunities that I have this coming year to continue the great things that Ms. Gassett has initiated during her time at Desmond. And I look forward to bringing those things to fruition and completing some of those great things that she started. Also, I want to thank my family for supporting me, they are all here this evening. And most of all, I want to thank my wife, who is truly my biggest cheerleader. So thank you all much.
All the best to you, Mr. Hulk. Congratulations again. Good luck.
Thank you all. New business, item 10A1, Administrative Support Services request adoption of the preliminary environmental assessment PEA report for King Hussein School site. Superintendent Lyle?
President Salazar, Clerk Mendoza, and members of the board, we have Director Cox here for this item, and she will join us at the podium shortly. Director Cox, as always.
Good evening, President Salazar, members of the board, Superintendent Lyle. Part of the process of building a new school is obtaining approval from the Department of Toxic Substance Control, DTSC, and the California Department of Education, CDE. The district enlisted the help of Krazan Associates to prepare the preliminary environmental assessment, the PEA, which needs to be approved by DTSC and CDE. Krazan collected and analyzed soil samples to determine if any hazardous materials were released to the site during past activities. I'm happy to say that the PEA summarizes that no further action or no mitigation is necessary, as there is no indication of a significant release of hazardous materials at the site. The PEA has also been made public for public review the last 30 days, and we have received no comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustees, do we have any questions? Trustee Dybert?
I don't.
Thank you. Trustee Ahmad?
No.
Trustee Cortez?
No.
Trustee Fleek?
None, thank you.
Trustee Seibert?
Yeah, question. So that report, does it cover that whole property that we have, or
Yes.
just the site that we're going to build on?
No, it covered the whole entire 50 acres.
Did we have to do the whole 50 acres?
We did not, but we decided to go ahead and just take care of it at one shot.
Clerk Mendoza?
Oh, nothing. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Costa. I gotta have that. Thank you, Director. Ms. Elizondo, please now open this for public comment. Mrs. Elizondo?
If you wish to address the board on this item, please step up to the podium and state your name and city of residence. If you are joining remotely and would like to make a public comment, click on the reactions icon located at the bottom of your screen. In the reactions window, click on the raise hand button and wait for your name to be called. Speakers will be allowed to address the board in the order they approach the podium or appear on our screen. Comments provided in writing will be read after the live comments. President Salazar, we do not have any participants who wish to address the board at this time, and no comments submitted in writing for this portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Mrs. Elizondo. Seeing no one come forward, I close public comment. Trustees, well, you didn't have no questions for staff. Thank you, Mr. Director Cox. I now entertain a motion and a second to approve item 10A1. Please state your name when you make the motion and second the motion.
Trustee Dybert, I move to approve this item.
Thank you, Trustee Dybert. Do I have a second motion?
Clerk Mendoza, I second it.
It has been moved by Trustee Dybert and second by Clerk Mendoza to adopt the preliminary environmental assessment PEA report for King Hussein Site School. Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board.
Trustee Ahmad. Trustee Cortez.
Yes.
Trustee Dybert.
Yes.
Trustee Fleek.
Yes.
Trustee Seibert.
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza.
Yes.
And President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar, it counted 7 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent.
Thank you, Mrs. Elizondo. Now back to item 9, was that 9B1? 9C1, I'm sorry, to review request approval of the Madera Adult School courses for 23-24 school year. Trustees, do you have any questions for staff? Clerk Mendoza, you wanted to discuss some items on there?
Yes, thank you, President Salazar. Just briefly, I just, when I came across this, I was a little bit concerned because it was in the consent agenda, but we never had a chance, or I guess the question would be simply be asked is are we going to have a curriculum on the courses that are being approved at a later time so we can approve those?
Wasn't the list attached?
There is a list
There's a
attached
list.
on page 100, I believe it is. But those are just the list of courses. It's not the actual curriculum in those courses. Those courses have been pre-approved in our course catalog. This is an annual item that comes yearly so that we are in compliance with adult schools policies.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering whether or not there's going to be a detailed curriculum. I don't think I have seen it. I've read some over, but I don't think I've seen it where it shows, because I think there's new math, I think, and also one of the things that one of the guidelines for graduation would be the ethnic studies, and I haven't seen that either. I know we've talked about it, and you put it on a newsletter.
You're correct. Ethnic studies is a few years away from full implementation, so it's not yet rolled out in Madera Unified and is not part of the adult curriculum at all at this stage. And then the new math frameworks were just adopted last week, I believe it was, Friday. And so there's still quite a bit of work to be done before those are implemented across the state.
Okay, but at some point in time, we will get the curriculum on it.
Absolutely.
So that we can review it.
We adhere to board policy, always bring that to the board for full discussion and a first and second read.
Okay, thank you, Superintendent. I had a simple question, that was it. I don't know if any trustees want to add anything to it.
Trustees, do you have any questions for staff regarding the adult courses?
I have a question. So when you bring forward the course of studies, that doesn't mean that the courses, like if they're new, they have been solidified, the curriculum or anything. It's just the course of studies, right?
This is the course list for approval, just like every year. Yes, these have been approved in the past.
So ethnic studies comes to my attention too, because I know the other ones probably are something that we have had in the past. Ethnic studies will not be mandatory until 2030 for the school districts to
There is an ethnic studies course that's listed here. That is not the state mandated course. This is an elective course that adults can take, but it has nothing to do with the move toward the mandatory ethnic studies coursework that's being driven out of Sacramento these days.
So ethnic studies is an elective for adult school,
It is.
but there is not a curriculum for it yet?
No.
There is for this, I believe. If we want to have that discussion, I wasn't aware that this was a point of discussion, so I haven't done any background on individual courses in adult school. I'll have to get that information for you if that's of interest to the board.
Has this a course been offered before in adult school?
Just as I say, I'll have to get more information for you on individual courses in adult school.
Would there be staff here that can answer that?
I'm not certain. I don't know if Mr. Collegian is on, but we also are transitioning a brand new principal, so I'm sure he's not completely aware of everything, down to the level of a single course in adult school.
Okay.
Yeah, ethnic studies is not a new course at the adult level. It's been, I think, around for a little while, but I don't want to pretend to know much more than that because I don't.
But this isn't what the state is going to recommend.
No.
It's different. And staff is working on that. They started working on this like almost 2 years ago, right?
Correct. I think last year was our first full year of work on developing a course that meets the state guidelines. And every local education agency is engaged in that work all across the state all at once right now.
Okay.
Thank you. No, because it was part of the consent agenda, so we still need to approve it. So yes, we need to vote on it. So Ms. Elizondo, please pull the board to approve item 9C1, adult courses for 23-24. For the record, please.
Okay, and then I do have Director Kristen McKenna said the high school ethnic studies course will come through with other new courses as part of the curriculum council process in December.
Did you guys hear that? They'll bring forward more details in December.
Yes, thank you. Ms.
You're
Elizondo.
welcome. Okay, so go ahead and pull the board.
Yes, please.
Trustee Ahmad,
Yes.
Trustee Cortez,
Yes.
sorry, Trustee Dybert,
Yes.
Trustee Fleek. Yes. Trustee Seibert,
Yes.
Clerk Mendoza,
Yes.
and President Salazar.
Yes.
President Salazar, I counted 7 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 0 absent.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Announcements. Superintendent Lau, do you have any announcements for the board?
3 brief ones. We have a strategic action planning day on Tuesday, August 1st. That's when our teacher leaders and administrators will all work together on how best to respond to data around their student achievement. It'll be a really exciting day. Usually there's some amazing discussions. And I'm not sure the site that's being held is not listed, so I'll get that to you in our newsletter. We also have the Chamber of Commerce 2023 Lifetime Achievement Awards on August 3rd. There may or may not be somebody who's associated with this board being honored. I can't confirm or deny who she might be, even if she's the president of the board. And there is also the first day of school coming up on Monday, August 7th. That's a really exciting day. It'll be fun to get out there and see kids return to school with their brand new shiny shoes and their brand new lunch boxes. It'll be a great moment.
Thank you, Superintendent Lau. Item 12A, and miscellaneous board member committee and information reports. Trustees, is an opportunity for you to provide the board updates on reports from committee meetings or events you have attended, of items you learned, so we could bring back to the board. Trustee Dybert.
The only official event that I attended over the summer was on July 6th. I attended the summer school graduation ceremony at Madera South. It was a small, intimate ceremony gathering. There were a few of us there. And I want to praise the students that took the extra effort to obtain their diplomas, despite whatever their circumstances were. They were there and they went through. So I just want to praise them for that. I also want to say that after 4 months of course study on the master's governance, I graduated on June 25th. It was a 5-month course, and it really provided me a lot of valuable information and tools to be an effective trustee of this governance team. And I know Trustee Cortez is right behind me, and so is Trustee Ahmad. And over the years, I just want to say I've seen CSBA provide advice and support to California trustees, and the MIG staff could also help us in the future with whatever the board needs in the different areas. And I would like for us to keep them in mind for future trainings. Thank you.
Trustee Cortez,
No, nothing,
thank you. Trustee Ahmad,
nothing to report at this time.
Trustee Fleek,
Trustee Seibert and I attended the academy at Torres High School, and it was great to see our administrators and district office leaders all working together. On this last day, near the end of the day, even though it was 4 o'clock, everyone was still interested in wanting to make our upcoming school year successful. CASA, our court-appointed special student advocate mural, was unveiled on the site of Romeo Furniture. CASA works to help support our students in Madera and Fresno County. The mural on the wall in downtown helps to show the support our community has for our children. This summer, I was able to visit a few of the expanded learning classes at Rose, Washington, and Torres. All the students were participating in the creative, fun activities. They were excited to learn and willing to explore new concepts and ideas. And they were really cute because they'd say, "Oh, I can do this. You want to try?" It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
thank you, Trustee Fleek. Trustee Seibert,
Yeah, this, I was reading an article the other day. I've been not too happy is that when kids want to go transgender or they want to use a binary or, the school district, I guess the state law is saying that the teachers can't report that to the parents. And I don't think that's fair because under 18 years old, the parents are in charge. So anyway, Chico Valley Unified passed a board policy that the teachers have to report to the parents. And during the meeting, they ushered out the state superintendent of school. They ushered him out, passed the policy. So they're bucking the state. They step forward, and I think they need to be congratulated for standing up for parents' rights.
thank you, Trustee Seibert. Clerk Mendoza,
Thank you, President Salazar. Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Trustee Dybert. That was quite an accomplishment. A lot of determination, dedication to go through those courses, as we have 2 more in the queue to graduate too. It's pretty involved, and it has you do quite a bit of work. Stuff. Having been a graduate of myself, I know the work you have to sometimes. You have work assignments prior to even the class. So you have to complete those. And with the assistance of Superintendent, Mr. Schwartz, they've helped me with some kind of information as well that I needed to present at the course. But again, congratulations, great, good news. And then the other thing, I did attend the summer school graduation, and that turned out to be pretty good. Really enjoyed myself to see these people graduating. There's no time like the present, and that was pretty exciting to see the smiles and their happiness in the receiving a diploma. Trustee Dybert and I, we spent some time talking to some of the students there after the ceremony, and I don't know, gave them some advice, I guess, and they took it well, and they're gonna pursue their career, find their own pathway to find where they're gonna go. But I think they were very appreciative, and they wanted to take pictures with us. Am I right? They wanted to take pictures with us. I guess it's a memento for some time in the future. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have. Thank you.
thank you, Clerk Mendoza. Well, we all attended our special board meeting, went over facilities, and help give some direction to our staff. So that was good. Thank you guys for doing a special board meeting with us, Director Cox and Shannon too, and Superintendent Lyle. Also, I want to make an announcement. This Saturday, they're going to be giving out backpacks to the students at Courthouse Park from 9 to 12 p.m. So students are welcome to come and get their backpacks, and they'll have refreshments and snacks for the kids as well. So that I'll be there to help give away the backpacks, but I invite the board if they want to attend and be part of this to see these students receive these backpacks. Some of them are not able to get new backpacks, and this will be a good giveaway to the students for our community. And also any future, let me see. That's all for me as far as attending. I didn't turn the summer school graduation. I have a family member that's ill, and I had to attend to them first. Unfortunately, I missed it. But thank you, trustees, for sharing that with us. I'm sorry, in the community. Advanced planning, Ms. Elizondo.
The next regular board meeting is scheduled for August 8th, 2023, here in our Madera Unified School District Boardroom at 1902 Howard Road.
Thank you, Ms. Elizondo. Trustees, do you have any items you would like staff for future planning? Trustee Dybert?
None that I mentioned before, so I don't have any right now.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Cortez?
None, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Ahmad?
No.
Trustee Fleek?
No.
Trustee Seibert?
Yes, I'd like to have us do a survey district-wide, anonymous survey. They kind of get the heartbeat of the district. We need to develop the questions and get the survey out. We used to do this quite a bit in the past. When John Stafford was superintendent, he didn't like being criticized, so he didn't want to, he quit doing the surveys.
Okay, so what are we going to base these surveys on? And by what timeline would you like it?
So we need to get that done in the next, 2-3 months?
What would be the subject of the surveys?
Well, whatever things we want to know about the district, how things are going, how things are, need to develop the questions, kind of get the heartbeat of the district.
Mhm.
You know, years ago, we used to hear a lot of rumors and different things, and but oh no, that don't exist. So once you did the survey showed all the things that we thought were being told were wrong. It got validated, and then we addressed those issues. But this kind of helps. Sometimes things that we don't know that's going on, or we think may be going on, or validate the programs we're doing, how the teachers are buy into it, and how we're doing. It kind of gives us a grade on different areas.
Okay, well, we'll
how things
discuss.
are running.
We'll discuss further how we want to do this survey and when. But thank you for sharing.
President Salazar,
Clerk Mendoza.
if I can offer maybe a suggestion as a possibility, as an option. Maybe you can seek out a couple of volunteers, maybe 2 to 3 volunteers from the board, and see if they can come up with some questions, as a possibility for the survey. That's just an option. You could think about it later.
Thank you. We'll put that in for discussion for that survey. Clerk Mendoza, do you have any other suggestions for future planning?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Myself, probably towards the latter part of September, we may have to do this in 3 sessions each pyramid. We want to do goal setting, how we are doing with our goal setting that we created for the district wide. So at that time, between now and before then, we will give some direction on how we want these special sessions going. We want to hear from the different pyramids, each one. And so we're discussing this. It'll be based on how we're doing on our goal setting. We're already 3 semesters that we have passed already, tracking it, the oversight. How the staff know, the goal settings. Does staff know the goal settings? Does classified know what our goal settings is district-wide? Based on the community compact, our goals, our missions, and our visions. What improvements are we reaching that goal that we set? We'd like to hear from leadership from the individual sites by pyramid. So those are items that we want to be working on for our next special board meetings. We'll be discussing that planning in that direction, so that way the board is more informed of how the school district is doing district-wide, so we can plan for more details for 23, 24. Any other questions, staff? Trustees, I apologize. Let's see. Sorry, I apologize. If there are any more questions, I come to adjournment. It is 8:11 p.m. and I adjourn this meeting. Thank you all for attending the board meeting.